Hello, YouTube family. I have an update that I didn't think I'd be making so soon. Well, one, I got a new puppy dog. Welcome to the family. This is Kiwi. It's a mini golden doodle, and you guys know my giant golden doodle. He's back there. But I have an update that I was very shocked about. Again, it always takes me by surprise because when you feel healthy and good, you don't expect to continue to get bad news. I had my recurrence breast cancer December 2023. That video went pretty viral for me anyway, and so I know a lot of you have seen that one, but maybe not all the updates in between. I've done, I don't know, a handful, maybe 10 updates since then. And every PET scan I had post that initial diagnosis after I went on Kisqali and Anastrozole, and I still get monthly Lupron shots to shut down my ovaries. Anyway, my breast cancer was undetectable for 3 PET scans. And then they said I could change my PET scans from every 3 months to every 6 months. And I just had my 6-month PET scan. So this is a year and like 3-4 months after since December 2023. And there is evidence of disease again. So my cancer is active again. It's basically the same back in my pleural space in the chest wall, not in my lungs, but the casing of where your lungs are. And I have moderate pleural effusion. So the fluid is built up in my right side of the lungs, again, in the pleural space. So again, I do feel lucky that it's not in any organs. It hasn't spread outside of the same area that it initially came back to a year and 4-ish months ago. That being said, they already consider that the medication has failed, or your first line of treatment has failed once you start to regress and you're not progressing, whether that means staying stable, or things are shrinking, or in my case, which was amazing, I had no evidence. Nothing was lighting up on my PET scans. This time it's back to nodules, thickening in the chest wall, and pleural effusion. So I am super disappointed. It always feels so heavy and dire because, I already went through my first line of treatment and I thought I'd have 5 years, 10 years even. My oncologist initially told me she's had patients, and she still does have patients that have been on Kisqali since it came out. So 7-8 years-ish, and it's continued to work for them. Unfortunately, I only got a year and some change, and she said that is longer than average. However, it's still just a big bummer. I am moving on to my second line of treatment. I started this drug called, oh no, I brought the wrong thing. This is my old Anastrozole. I am not immediately I stopped taking Anastrozole and Kisqali, and I moved forward to something called, I'm blanking out. I don't want to have to go get it. It's called Aromasin, I believe, or something like that. I'll put it down in the notes. I'm being lazy. I don't want to make any edits or anything. I just want to get this video out. I think it's called Aromasin, or I might be missing some parts of it. And then I am waiting on the second drug that's called Afinitor, which will be I believe that's the specialty medicine, like the Kisqali, moving on to Afinitor. It just blocks different pathways because obviously my cancer cells outsmarted the CDK inhibitor that Kisqali was. So we are trying to block new pathways. And so I'm waiting for that medication. There's always a little delay with like insurance, and it's not something you can just pick up from your pharmacy. It's a specialty pharmacy, and they, don't knock my phone over. Go. And they will mail that to me. I believe I'm getting that Monday. Also, on Monday, I will go into the hospital at 8 a.m. to get a thoracentesis, my second one. It's not super necessary because the medication will probably just make that, heal that naturally. But my onco said we might as well do it because we're going to do a CT guided needle biopsy into the nodules and see if we can get an updated profile on my cancer cells to see if anything has changed. Sometimes the HER2 negative, in my case, can change to HER2 low or positive, and then we would have to change the medications again to just be more specific in targeting the kind of cancer that I have. And again, that does change because the cancer is smart and it will find a way to continue to grow and outsmart the medications. So I did know that Kisqali would probably eventually fail. I just didn't think I would only get a good year out of it. I also was hoping like my diet was going to help me, and my onco said maybe it did help you. There's just not really any way to know. So I decided I am going to continue the keto diet. Now I'm making it even more strict. I'm cutting out a lot of the dairy I was eating to see if, although I was getting only, the organic pasture raised, like, they say there's very, very little estrogen in that if you're getting good quality sources, but I'm not going to do butter or heavy cream, just minimal dairy. I'm not going to go like super strict vegan, but I'm cutting down, way down. Okay, so yeah, that's where I'm at. Monday, I will have that procedure done. Not really looking forward to that. I did not enjoy the thoracentesis, and the breast biopsy I did like over 6 years ago in 2019 was horrific. That was probably one of the most painful things I've done. Only second to before I did my lumpectomy, they injected some dye into my breast, and it was so painful. I do not know why they didn't just do that after they put you under and before the surgery. Regardless, I will update you when I get news on what the report comes back to see if anything's changed. And I'll let you know if I'm continuing these medications, Aromasin and Afinitor. I think that's what they are called, which is my second line of treatment. And yeah, I do feel a little bit of a heaviness in my chest. It's hard to tell. I did not know before. It's hard to tell if it's not just me feeling the stress of another cancer diagnosis, or recurrence. Or I can feel it. I mean, yesterday I was teaching HIIT class and doing a really, intense workout, and I was fine. I mean, I think I was just as out of breath as anyone in my class. So yeah, not the news I wanted to share. I was hoping I would have many, many clean PET scans, and yeah, it's a big bummer. But I still feel good, and there are still many more lines of treatment. My oncologist said that we haven't even scratched the surface of what's available, and they are continuing to release more. There's always trials and new things coming out, and maybe I can even get in some kind of clinical trial down the line where they can actually blast and kill the cancer, not just stop the growth or delay the growth. So that's it. Let me know how you're doing. I know a lot of you follow me that are in the same situation. I'm on many Facebook groups, and it's just so sad how much we have to deal with when we're going through this. So lots of love. Thank you for being here. I will be still teaching classes. I might take a tiny little break just to clear my head and get through next week. But I'm here and I have 1,000 classes for you, more than that. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.